I want to give you guys an example of another one of my childhood stories to give a good correlation between the fear of the Lord and the love of the Lord and why we need both. So, when I was young, if you guys have watched some of my other videos, my father was my primary abuser, and he would always say over and over to my mom when my mom would, try to speak up and be like, stop, he would say, the kids need to fear me. They need to know who's in charge, so I need to basically instill fear into them. So that was in his demonized mind, that was his way of gaining control over a situation, was fear. Now, what we know is that we should fear the Lord in a way where it is more of a deep, not just a deep respect, but fear as well. Like, we need to know what the Lord is capable of. Like, if you don't, go read the Old Testament over again. And that will instill the fear of the Lord into you. However, the difference between that versus what my father was doing is, my earthly father, is the Lord is not wanting to instill fear in you to manipulate you. He's trying to do it to show you that he genuinely has your best interest at heart, and you need to listen to him. Versus my father wanted to dominate because it made him feel powerful to dominate. And that is Satan. That's how Satan operates. So Satan operates in that way because he knows he doesn't have power. He knows that he's already lost to the Lord. So he's on a power trip. We know this. He's prideful. He's egotistical. He wants to dominate. He wants to own. So there's a very key difference between the two. And with that, just like the first commandment, love your Lord above all else. So that right there even shows love the Lord over fearing the Lord. Did you catch that? The first commandment, it does not say fear the Lord in the first commandment. It says love the Lord above all else. So, with that, the love is what actually garners that respect, is what actually garners that connection. Because see, that was missing in my childhood with my father. So I absolutely cowered in fear of him, but did I respect him? Not at all. Did I happily listen to him? Not at all. Did I want to do things to please him out of genuine love and me wanting to do it? No, I was scared. So there's a total difference between the Spirit of the Lord versus the spirit of Satan when it comes to those two things. The Spirit of the Lord, you will have love first. So love will be the driving factor. I hope that makes sense, because that rolls into repentance. So with repentance, love is the driving factor behind repentance. Because if you think of it this way, a fake apology versus a real apology. You're going to give a real apology when you actually love and respect that person. And you know that you didn't want to hurt them because they've never hurt you. You may have been hurt by them before, but not in a way, like say for instance, if, the Lord allows you to go through trials, you're going to be hurt, but not because you feel like you've been done wrong by the Lord. You know that you needed to go through that for whatever reason. So a different kind of hurt. A hurt in more of like a betrayed sort of feeling, because you know that that person does not have your best interest at heart. So I hope this is making sense, but this is why I talk a lot about the seriousness of the underlining factor of having both love and fear for the Lord. Because I see so many videos talking about repentance being a choice, and that's half true. Because a choice, just like anything, you can choose something, but is that actually like garnering a heart change? Is that actually garnering a change within you? So to me, choosing something would be a fake apology. You can choose to go up to someone and be like, hey, yeah, I'm sorry for what I did. We good? Versus actually really having a change in your heart and knowing that what you did hurt that person and you don't want to hurt that person. Again, that's another difference between your heart hurting for the other person versus your pride or you being hurt by your own consequences, and you just wanting to brush that clean or clear the slate so you don't feel guilt anymore. And I know anyone, again, who's been in a narcissistic situation, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And, you know, once your discernment ups more and more, you can tell the difference between the two. Usually an apology like that will demand you to forgive them. And if you don't, or if they don't receive the reaction or forgiveness type reaction that they want, they'll get mad at you. Again, that happened to me with my dad a lot. Like, if he came up to me and would give me a very, very fake apology just because he wanted to clear his guilty conscience, if I started crying, or if I was like, you know, obviously knowing that it wasn't real, he would get mad at me. And so that right there just shows, fruit-wise, that's not a real apology. So I'm just trying to break this down because I see a lot of videos talking about the fear of the Lord, love of the Lord, like all that stuff, and you need both. So I hope that this kind of breaks it down a little more and makes a bit more sense to anyone who's been wondering what the difference is. So, yeah.